Contractor David Holcomb is suing homeowner Daniel Wiley for $1,500 for stiffing him on a paint job. Daniel claims David did such a terrible job, he doesn't deserve to get paid.
I got a call from Dan Wiley. He wanted an estimate on some interior painting, which he had already started to do this work, and he needed someone to finish it up. When I came in, he said that the ceiling is fine, I don't have a problem with it. But on the walls, the walls look wavy. So I pointed out to him that the problem is his structure behind the wall, his studs apparently were not straight.
Did you tell him you found the walls wavy?
No, I didn't say wavy.
What did you say?
I said it was grit and fuzz.
That's not true. The things that he mentioned were nitpicking.
Are you a nitpicker?
No, I'm not a nitpicker.
Are you a perfectionist?
No, I'm not a perfectionist. I just expected a professional job. The whole time he just kept saying, I've been doing this 25 years. I'm a professional.
Every day you found some minor thing wrong with his work. Is that true?
Well, I wasn't going on a treasure hunt. I mean, they were obvious.
Like what's obvious to you?
Grit, sand, fuzz in the paint. It wasn't just that, it was wallpaper.
What did he do with the wallpaper?
This is laughable. But
I can't wait. I love a good laugh. Go ahead.
To start with, I'm not a wallpaper person. I don't know, but he tore a couple spots. I come in and he says, I tore them, but I fixed them. She'll never notice it. And he'd cut out a square and just stuck it over the top of the tear. Well, I get home, nothing matches on the back wall. It was a fiasco.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? That the
The
wallpaper?
laughable part was,
what's the
when
laughable
I'm on
part?
the phone, he says, well, where are you going to place your dining room furniture? Because this is in the dining room.
Yeah.
I said, well, why do you need to know where I'm going to place the furniture? I mean, basically what he's saying is, you can cover
it.
This is not true. I've been painting for 20 years. Now, what truly happened with the wallpaper is they bought it a year ago, but it wasn't enough to, to follow the pattern of the way wallpaper is to be hung. So I said, but being that it's a floral type of wallpaper, it's not noticeable. And so I said, if you want me to, I'll go ahead and hang this, and then you look at it when you come, because he wasn't there, he was in and out.
Yeah.
And so he said, well,
so you were going to hang it, but it wasn't going to be matching.
Well, it's not matching as far as the pattern, but because the colors are so tight, you couldn't see it. When he came, he looked at it, he said, wow, I don't even notice it. He said, I don't even notice it. He said, I don't know if it's going to get past my wife.
But then his wife saw it and she didn't like it.
I told him that. I said, she is not going to like this. First thing she's going to say is tear it down.
And what happened?
He calls me an hour after I leave the house. He said, you guys are just too demanding. I can't do this.
Then what happened? Did you walk off the job?
Well, what I did was I called him up and I said, Dan, I generally finish what I start, but in this case, what you all are asking is not realistic. What you all are trying to get from me, I can't deliver, and I don't think anyone can, because you all are too particular.
So he said, I'm going to leave and pay me for what you owe me.
Yes.
Is that what he wanted?
Right.
Okay, and how much did you tell him you owed him? He owed you?
Well, initially $1,500 for what I had completed without counting the wallpaper.
What did you say to that?
I said no. To start with, it was a second coat on. I've already put one coat on it.
He put the coat on.
I put the first coat
you put the first coat on, and you had him come in and do the second coat.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
I said, what I'm going to do is I've got to get what you've damaged fixed.
Yeah.
Everything, but he was right about
Wait a
the
minute,
ceiling.
are you telling me that he had to fix everything that he did?
Everything except the ceiling.
He came in and had to put the second coat on because you had put the first coat of paint on,
and the preparation.
And now you did the prep work and you put one coat on.
Right.
And then you saying he didn't sand it down well enough?
He didn't sand it, he didn't wash it.
If there was already paint on the walls that you put on there, there was nothing for him to sand. He was just putting on a second coat.
Right.
Yes.
Correct?
Right.
Okay. You spent 6 days at your house.
Right.
Okay. And in those 6 days, he did some painting. He also put out some wallpaper. I know you didn't like it, but he did it.
Right.
Right? You know what? And how much money have you paid him?
Zero.
Zero. Well, you know what? He's entitled to be compensated some reasonable amount for the work he did in your house. Okay? That is called quantum merit. Under the law, you cannot be unjustly enriched by someone else's labor. He worked for you for 6 days. He told you the contract was going to be $2,700. You have paid him nothing to date. You know what? He's entitled to $1,500 because otherwise you would be unjustly enriched. Judgment for plaintiff in the amount of $1,500.